Odysseus just got back from the underworld and he's not okay. He spoke with ghosts, his dead mom, Achilles, even Agamemnon, who gave him relationship advice like, maybe don't trust your wife when you get home. Now, instead of therapy, Odysseus gets more gods and monsters. Circe hands him a to-do list. 1. Don't listen to the sirens. 2. Don't get eaten by Scylla. 3. Don't get swallowed by Charybdis. And 4. Seriously, don't even look at the sun god's cows. Simple, right? He climbs back on the ship, mutters something about needing a vacation from his vacation, and sails toward 3 of the most terrifying creatures in Greek mythology. Circe's instructions were clear. You're about to pass an island where the singing is too good. If you hear it, you die. Odysseus raises an eyebrow. Death by music. Circe nods. Think less karaoke, more cursed Spotify. The sirens aren't just talented, they're supernatural. Their voices dig into your brain, pull out all your regrets and dreams, and sing them back to you in perfect harmony. Sailors hear the music, lose their minds, and crash their ships trying to get closer. The beach is littered with bones and broken promises. Odysseus, of course, wants to hear it. Not because he's reckless, though he is, but because he wants to understand it. So he gives a very specific order to his crew. Plug your ears with wax. Then tie me to the mast. No matter what I say, no matter how much I beg, don't untie me. The crew shrugs and gets to work. The wax goes in, the ropes go on. As they pass the island, the sirens begin. The air shimmers. The waves slow. Their voices float across the sea, calling out to him. Odysseus, we know you. Come closer, hear your story. Stay, and everything will finally make sense. Odysseus strains against the ropes, shouting nonsense like, Turn the boat! We need to support local artists! The crew rows harder. He screams, he pleads, he promises gold. They ignore him completely. Eventually, the music fades. The ship sails clear. Odysseus slumps in the ropes, sweaty and dazed. One of the sailors pulls out his wax and asks, Was it really that good? Odysseus just nods. Hey, if you've made it this far and haven't subscribed yet, tie yourself to the mast, click that button, and avoid the whirlpool of boring content. It's the heroic thing to do. Circe gives one final warning before Odysseus departs. There's no good route, only bad and worse. To return home to Ithaca, Odysseus must sail through a narrow, cursed passage. On one side, the cliffs of Scylla, and on the other, the maelstrom of Charybdis. There's no turning back. There's no sailing around. It's the only path forward. Why? Because Poseidon, the sea god Odysseus, accidentally made very angry by blinding his son, oops, has basically turned the Mediterranean into a mythological obstacle course. Smooth sailing? That's for demigods who don't insult immortals. And these 2 monsters? They're not random. Charybdis. Once a beautiful sea nymph, Charybdis made the mistake of flooding too much land for her father Zeus's enemies. So naturally, Zeus turned her into a massive, gurgling whirlpool. 3 times a day, she sucks down the sea, dragging in anything too close, ships, sailors, dreams, and then vomits it back out, splintered and soaked. She's not malicious, she's just hungry. And unfortunately, she's right in Odysseus's way. Scylla. On the opposite cliff lives Scylla, another cursed maiden, transformed by jealousy into a horrifying beast. She has 6 long necks, each ending in a head with rows of shark-like teeth and 12 flailing legs like sea tentacles. Scylla doesn't roar or taunt, she simply waits. When a ship passes close enough, her heads snap down like snakes, snatching 6 men, no more, no less. A toll, a price, the crew's choice. Hug the cliff near Scylla, better to lose 6 men than all of them. Odysseus is devastated. He has to choose who lives and who dies. But he can't tell the crew, not yet. He just gives the order. Steer close to the rock wall, keep your eyes forward, and row like your lives depend on it, because they do. The waters churn, the ship groans. Suddenly, a monstrous slurping sound erupts behind them. Charybdis is awakening. The sea is literally vanishing into her throat. The sailors panic. The boat tilts. but they stay the course. That's when Scylla strikes. Without warning, 6 of her heads dart from the cliff. 6 sailors are ripped from the deck, screaming, vanishing into the maw of the monster above. Odysseus draws his sword, but it's hopeless. He can't reach them. No one can. They pass through, alive but shaken. The sea calms, but the silence is heavier than the waves. Odysseus grips the railing and whispers, "There was no winning this part." He doesn't sleep that night. No one does. The good news, they made it past the monsters. The bad news, the next island has sacred cows they're not supposed to eat. Guess what the crew does? Hint, it involves barbecue and terrible choices. But that's a story for the next episode. For now, Odysseus clutches the helm, a little wiser, a little sadder, and a lot more seasick. The sea calms, for now. Odysseus is still alive, still stubborn, and still cursed. But his journey isn't over. Ahead, an island full of sacred cattle, some very bad decisions, and one seriously furious sun god. The Odyssey continues, and the worst still hasn't happened yet.